Good morning, YouTubers. You're watching Alternhative Media, and I am Grandmaster Evan, brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. for the past few years, in each tragedy, there has been, within the last few years, a lot of crazy things been going on, and a few watchers have noticed it. And when I mean watch, I'm meaning the people have been watching. It's kind of carefully seeing things that takes time to realize something's not right here. About some people that are called crisis actors. Sandy Hook had them. The Aurora shooting had a few. Also, the Boston Marathon bombing had a few. Well, there was about 3 to 4 in this one tragedy, and they're living up to their fame. 15 minutes of fame that they're living. Happy to be on TV. Happy to go from one TV network to another. Okay, now I can be honest, or I can be just bullshitting. But when it comes to stuff like this, I have to be honest. This St. Valentine's Day massacre, the shooting, is being politicalized for senators to get their political points, and hopefully for re-election. It's all about re-election. I say they don't need re-election. They need to be gone. See, when you think as a politician that you're doing some good, like the sheriff of Broward County, he thinks he's doing some good, calling himself amazing, praising his deputies who just didn't do nothing. Okay? Didn't do anything. It took 4 police officers from another department to go in and try to go get the guy. But he wasn't there. He was gone. When all the students went out, he dropped his weapon and went out with them. Nobody knew. Nobody knew anything that he left. That same department caught him an hour later at a movie theater. At a theater. But how come the Broward County Sheriff's Department didn't go in? They just sat there behind their cars, pulling their guns. 4 officers from another department went in, did their job, went in to go get the shooter. And the sheriff praised himself for being amazing, comparing himself to Donald Trump. But except the difference is Donald Trump's people actually do their job. These deputies didn't do anything. But now we got these kids, these survivors of the shooting, and I came across a video that really blew me away. I mean, kind of just mind destruction of shock here. Okay, they were on the Ellen show. The Ellen show. and in the back they're just smiling, laughing, and it seems that they were enjoying their 15 minutes of fame, going from one TV after another. I'm like, if I was a student from that school, I would be grieving for the loss of my classmate and my friends. Okay, or grieving the loss of my friends and teachers. I mean, this tragedy took 17 lives. 17 lives. And 17 families are now grieving badly. And I mean, here are these kids, these four actors, they are part of a drama class. So I don't know how these four were picked. They're drama actors in high school. And only these four, somehow getting their 15 minutes of fame. They should be grieving for the loss of their classmates and and a couple of teachers and whatnot. But they're celebrating because they're getting their fame. And when you get on camera and you're that young, you start to develop an ego. Why an ego? When you just be try to find a way to console your fellow classmates, instead of going from one network to another network, and so on and so forth. And you got this hashtag BS, never again. I would hashtag get a fucking clue. You get one student who started. I mean, you could tell he's developing an arrogant ego, becoming arrogant, really arrogant because he's on TV. He's in front of a politician, and that arrogance starts to creep in. The ego starts to creep in, and he's realizing he's on TV, and he's trying to be a little smartass. Marco Rubio was taking this very seriously. Okay, very seriously. Now, there are certain things a politician, a senator can and cannot do. Okay. Now, one parent is saying a weapon of choice. Okay, here's the thing. You're not getting to the point. Okay? Each time there's a shooting, they try to attack the weapon itself. Only one weapon. AR-15. It's never the M4. It's never the M6. I mean, a civilian weapon. Civilian weapon. They claim that each shooting was an AR-15. The Columbine shooting was handguns, MAC-10s, and shotguns. No AR-15s. But when you look at the reality of it, Nicholas Cruz was turned in to the FBI twice, and then Broward County Sheriff's Department was called in 39 times. Nothing happened. 18 to 39 times, nothing happened. They didn't investigate. They didn't go in and check on the kid. But 19 years old, and he posted that he wanted to be a professional school shooter. Right there, that would be a red flag. But instead of looking at the shooter, him or herself, they're looking at how to take away people's rights to carry a firearm. It's always a gun. It's always a gun control matter. How about we all just shut the fuck up, get our minds off the weapon, and look at the shooter? Okay, he was on some he was on some antipsychotic medication, like most of the shooters that happened. They were on highly prescribed medication, like Zoloft and Ritalin and some other stuff. Paxil and some other stuff. But they're not looking at the mental health. Okay? Instead of looking at the mental health, they're looking at the guns. We gotta take away the guns. This is always an issue from Democrats. We want to ban the Second Amendment. Well, go fuck yourself. There's no way in hell that you're gonna ban every goddamn weapon, because here's the thing. Cops are not gonna be there on the scene right like that. No. You have to look at the time of the call being made to dispatch, okay, to 911. The time the dispatch sends out the call to any officer or any deputy nearby, and also the time when the officer or deputy arrives at the location. You understand the time they get there. The call the dispatch to 911. The 911 goes to dispatch, call and report of the incident. Then the call from the dispatch to the officer to the location. Do you know how long that would take? Nearly 15 to 20 minutes just for us to get there. But here's the thing. Even at the Columbine shooting, there were hundreds of officers outside just sitting there. They had snipers outside too. There was 2 shooters at Columbine. How come they didn't go in? How come these officers at Columbine 2 didn't go in? There was hundreds of them. They could have gone in and took these 2 out. But it seems that the Broward County Sheriff deputies did the same damn thing. Nothing. They sat there with their guns pointed at the building on their cars. How come nothing was done? I mean, and then after the shooting, got these 4 drama students who were picked by the network. Because thinking, well, we could pick these 4 drama students because they could be a pretty good fit. Well, they had this BS campaign. They had this Never Again campaign. Okay? Now, here's the thing. The NRA had nothing to do with these shootings. Okay? Nothing to do with it. The NRA are activists for the Second Amendment. Everybody have a right to carry a firearm. But also, instead of looking at the illegal gun owners, how about looking at the gang members? Okay, the gang members, the drug dealers who are armed all the time. Take your eyes off the illegal gun owners and put them on these gang members. Okay? Because they carry weapons all the time. They can get weapons illegally all the time. Because as long as they got the money to do it, hey, they got the gun right there. Don't matter what the law there is. They will get that gun no matter what. No bullshit. Put your eyes on the gang members, the drug dealers and shit, armed robbers. Okay. Don't put your eyes on the legal gun owner because they had nothing to do with the shooting. Okay. Mental health. Look into mental health. We need experts on mental health. Okay. And we also need officers who have the balls to do their job and not sit there behind their cars and actually do your fucking job. Do your job. Now, I had a video removed the other day, and really bugged me because I got a notice from YouTube, and when I got the notice, the video being removed, it was a question on the little brother. Okay, after the shooter was caught, they went in a day and a half later and got the little brother, who'll be 18 this year, and they put him in a mental institution. Now, the video was about if the little brother was supposedly the second shooter because there was about 3 or 4 students that said there was a second shooter in the shooting here on 14th, and when they got the little brother, he had a gun on him. He had a gun on him. Now, my question is this: again, was the little brother the second shooter, and was he arrested and put in the institution to be silent, to be silenced? And the gun he had on him, was it planted, or did he have it on him already when he was caught? That was the question I had. And still, the video was taken down by YouTube because they're sticking to this lone gunman theory. They're sticking to this lone gunman theory because Nicholas Cruz supposedly had a AR-15, and he posted some things online, and he was reported twice to the FBI, and the Broward County Sheriff Department was called in 18 to 39 times. Nothing happened. Nothing was done. They did not go in, talk to the kid, or anything. You know, this is they let it happen. They let it happen. Now, I want to get to the crisis actor bullshit. Okay, 3 of the 4 kids again were on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and it seems that they were having fun being on TV. These are 3 drama students from high school, enjoying their 15 minutes of fame because they're going from one network to another network to another network, telling their shit. And the arrogance and the ego is clouding their mind very, very slowly, piece by piece by piece. Just here and there, just the arrogance. They're enjoying their fame, but sometimes 15 minutes is all you get. Fame. All you get. In my opinion, you're letting these students become crisis actors in training. The networks, the news networks like CNN, and the politicians in Florida, the Democrats, are politicizing this mass shooting. The shooting. Why? Why do you need to make the shooting political? It happened. Okay, like in Vegas, 59 people died, 500 injured. 59 people, families are devastated. They are grieving. Months later, they're grieving. Like the families of the 17 victims, they're grieving badly. They lost a loved one. You got these 4 drama actors, just drama class students, just enjoying their 50 minutes of fame. Because I hope they would run out right now, because they don't deserve this kind of fame. And I will bet anything that Megyn Kelly or have these 4 on her show, so they could increase their arrogance and their ego a little bit more, a little bit more, a little more. I say take them off of television, because they're not making it any easier for the families at all. CNN and the sheriff of Broward County really instigated this town hall meeting. Okay, no, it's just pure bullshit. It's bullshit. No, it's bullshit. No, these kids do not deserve any kind of fame. They're just drama class students. No, they're not going to school. They're enjoying their fame. It seems that the politicians, the 2 politicians in Florida and the Democrats are learning something from these students. Well, here's the thing. It's a 2-way street. Okay, you think the Democrats are going to win this one? No. The Second Amendment is there for a reason. The Dick Act of 1902 is there for a reason. The Militia Act of 1902 is there for a reason. And you cannot repeal those. It's impossible. A journalist from the New York Times is calling for the repeal of the Second Amendment. But guess what? It will never happen. It will never happen. No. It will not happen. Well, because it's a propaganda. What? Each shooting, each tragedy is a propaganda for the Democrats, because they want control. They want control of your life. They want to take away your guns, take away your right to carry a weapon, whether you open carry or you carry concealed. The Democrats will not win this one, because the Republicans are a full-blown pro-gun party, big time. Democrats are anti-gun because they're a bunch of pussies and shit. That one senator from Florida is an oligarch. He's an oligarch. He's an oligarch. Just like John McCain, just like Maxine Waters, just like Nancy Pelosi, just like Dianne Feinstein, who wants to take away your semi-auto, whether it's a rifle or a handgun. Big time. Big time. No bullshit. I would hashtag these students get a fucking clue. You're being used. They're using you for their propaganda and their political points, kids. And you're becoming a little bit arrogant now. You're getting your 15 minutes of fame. Yeah. You get a little arrogant and ego's clouding in your mind while you're getting your 15 minutes of fame. Sooner or later, it's going to run out. And sooner or later, you will be forgotten. And a lot of people in your school are going to forget you sooner or later. They'll be pissed, but they will not. They will hopefully forget you because how arrogant and egotistic you're becoming. Because trust me, I went to school with a lot of with a few arrogant and egotistical dumbasses, and trust me, I forgot about them. Don't need to. Don't need to remember them. Just forgot about them. And you four will be forgotten sooner or later down the line. Because trust me, 10 years from now, there's a few people that might forget you because of your actions, your ego, your arrogance. You're a feeble-minded, useless human being that you're being used by the politicians, Democrats, and networks. You become their bitch. You become the prostitutes. They're medieval prostitutes, by the way. But it's kind of fun how three of the four were in the backstage. Just that one, just enjoying her 15 minutes of fame. How lame does that be? How lame is that? You know? I mean, you gotta think. Well, I mean, just think about it. You know, sometimes that 15 minutes of fame is all you get. It's all you get because after a while, they're going to forget about you. They're going to forget who you are, what you look like, because these politicians are going to use you big time. The networks are going to use you big time for political points and ratings. You're just a tool for them. A tool. These students, these four kids, these drama students are being used for ratings, and political points. For these idiots' re-election. For re-election. That's all it is. They're using you for political points ratings. Just remember that. They don't care about you. The sheriff doesn't care about you. The sheriff has his own agenda. Sheriff Scott Israel has his own agenda. He's appraising his deputies because they didn't do shit. But he says he's amazing. He compares himself to Donald Trump. Except Donald Trump's people do their job. While these deputies didn't do shit. 4 officers from another department went in. Took 4 of them go in. While the 4 deputies didn't do shit. If you want to look at the real issue, look at mental health. Don't worry about the guns. The guns were a tool. The person that shot the gun should be looked at. Also, look at the gang members and drug dealers. They carry weapons too. Illegally. Have you noticed that football players also carry? But football players also get arrested for weapons charge. Think about that. Okay? Think about that. So does basketball players. So does, I mean, anybody can be arrested for, I mean, besides a football player. Arrogance is sitting in. Arrogance to the max, my friend. Arrogance to the max. I mean, these 4 drama students are being used for propaganda. Ellen DeGeneres was using these 3 out of 4 the other day. Was it yesterday? Well, I was it Friday, or I was it last week. These kids are being used for propaganda, political points, and ratings. That's all it is. So I would advise, fuck your 50 minutes of fame. You don't need it. You don't fucking need it. Because that oligarch is also using your family and friends for votes, for re-election. Here's the thing. If I was Rick Scott, the governor of Florida, I would fire his ass right there. I would pull his ass from the job. Put in a interim show. I would make Sheriff Israel kick rocks or kick bricks, hit the bricks. There was also a threat at a Cheshire high school. They stood made threats. My question is, why are you? I mean, why are these students making threats to school? Why? I mean, this is like what, the 3rd or 2nd school threat? Why is this happening? If you're mad, talk to somebody, okay? If you're mad, talk to somebody. Talk to someone. Talk to a guidance counselor. Talk to somebody. Don't just make threats. You have issues. You have issues that you need someone to talk to you about. Talk to somebody. Get off of these psychotropic drugs. And parents, get your kids off these drugs, man. Because they don't need it. They don't need these psychotropic drugs because someone says they need to be on it. It's bullshit. This is such fucking crap, man. The networks and these politicians in Florida, they are fucking using you and your family, man. Everybody is caught up in this emotional hype. Okay? Number one, now all guns are going to be banned. Okay? Dianne Feinstein already passed the assault weapons ban. What? 24 years ago. You cannot ban all guns. This is what Democrats want. And they're using these tragedies to go after the gun owners who are illegally owning and carrying firearms. They're going after hunters and sports shooters. Just a few years ago, it took a 15-year-old girl to shut down a set of politicians in her city, in her state. It took a 15-year-old girl to shut them down. But here's the thing. I could give a good goddamn if you're a drama student. But I'll tell you right now, you're being used by the network for ratings, and those 2 oligarchs for political points and re-election points. Here's the thing: if I was Marco Rubio and that kid asked me if I was willing to take money for the NRA, I would say, "You bet your ass I will," because whether there's a tragedy or not, I am willing to defend someone's right to carry a fucking firearm. Because instead of going after the guns, if you want to take guns away from somebody, take the guns away from gang members and drug dealers. Don't take guns away from the rightful legal owners. Okay, go after the gang members and also look into mental health. It's time to stop going after the guns. Okay, stop with this attack on the AR-15. Okay, here's the thing. A person has the right to carry a firearm, even own a firearm of any kind. Whether it's a M16, M4, AK-47, it's a person's right to carry any kind of weapon, own these weapons. Yeah, they were a weapon for war. The thing is, it's a person's right to carry whatever kind of weapon it is. AK-47, M16, M4, whatever. A Spaz 12, a Bushmaster, a Sig Sauer, a Colt, Smith & Wesson. Thing is, these Democrats are going to find out the hard way that you have, even companies are cutting ties with the NRA, which they will regret sooner or later, because here's the thing. The NRA had nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with these tragedies. They're just being a scapegoat because Democrats want to take away your guns from you because of one or two shooters that are on highly potent psychotropic drugs and committing shootings. Mental health needs to be looked at, okay? Big time. And the networks got the victims' families and survivors' families all riled up for no reason. No reason. Instead of going after the guns, how about looking into the shooter's past? Investigate the guy, the kid. Also, go after gang members and drug dealers. How come that's not being done? Because here's the thing. Throughout history, drug dealers are being protected. Gang members are being protected. Why? It could be a good tool for politicians and shit, even law enforcement. Money, ratings, good shit. I say fuck that. I say go after the drug dealers. Go after the gang members. See, President Trump is going after the MS-13. Big time. No, of course. We're going to be called kook, conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat wearing moron. But here's the thing. At least we know some shit. And what we see is merely propaganda bullshit. It took a ROTC student to expose CNN. That's a big hit to the network. So the network right now is rated 13 in ratings. 880,000 viewers. They got less viewers than a Full House rerun. They got less viewers than a lot of these other programs that are in the top 10. CNN is trying to get some credibility, which, of course, CNN is anybody. CNN is the Scientology of news. If you talk about them bad enough, they're gonna go after you. Right now, CNN is hoping to get Alex Jones and Infowars off of YouTube. Why? Because he's telling the truth, and you're fake news, and you got less viewers than a Full House rerun. And CNN is really going all out, going after conservative people on YouTube, shutting them down. Why? Because you're jealous that even Infowars has more viewers than you? Even the Full House rerun has more viewers than you? Even that MSNBC has more viewers than you, which they got, 1.4 million viewers? And Fox News topples both networks with 2.6 million viewers. CNN is using this strategy to hopefully get some viewers, in which they're not going to get very much because they're fake news. Okay, they're fake news. And here's Infowars. They get at least 20 million viewers and listeners a week compared to CNN and MSNBC combined. The Next News Network is getting more viewers than CNN and MSNBC combined. CNN is in dire straits right now because they got under 900,000 viewers. They are at 880,000 viewers because for almost 30 years they've been fake news, and plus they've been around for 38 years, since 1980. How far down did they go? They are down in ratings. They are losing credibility. They're losing viewers. They're using this tragedy and these four drama students as propaganda for ratings, and two of these oligarch senators from Florida, they're using these kids as political points for re-election. How sad is that? It's sad. It's fucking sad. They're using these kids. Ellen is using 3 out of the 4 of these kids. They're in the backstage in the back, just enjoying their 15 minutes of fame. I call it 15 minutes of arrogance and ego. Well, it is to them. The way I see it. But the one, he's a son of a former FBI agent. Okay? And his mom works for CNN. David Hogg. He thanks Infowars for advertising. Motherfucker, I wouldn't call it advertising. I would call it exposing your punk ass. I would call it exposing your punk ass. Because here's the thing. You are being used. You are being used big time, pig time. That's right, you'll be the victim of your own demise. Yeah, whatever. Now, here's a tweet from Clinton MSI 14. In case you haven't figured it out yet, the FBI was involved in a Florida school shooting. They will work in answer to Barack Obama. You know, it seems that I'll tell you what, truth, they can't handle the truth. They cannot handle the truth that's in their face. It is time to realize them to well it's time for them to realize that the families of the victims, the families of the survivors are being used. They're being played because the networks are using their sadness, their suffering for ratings. And these two politicians, these two the oligarch Democrats from Florida, even they're using these families. They're suffering their tragedy as a political point for re-election. And the sheriff is patting himself on the back because he has an agenda. He got paid a lot of goddamn money. Now, he says arming teachers is a bad thing, but how come there's a video of him training people at a mosque on how to use a gun? Okay, this sheriff is training people of Muslim faith on how to use a gun. Why not train the teachers? They're the ones who witnessed the shooting. They were there. Sheriff dumbass. He claims to be amazing. His deputies were amazing. Of course, his deputies were pussies. While the full officers from another department went in and did their job, while the deputies were pussies. Think, dumbasses, think. You're being fucking used by the sheriff department, the FBI, the networks, and these two oligarchs from Florida. These two Democratic oligarchs from Florida. You're being used. Your suffering being used. Your grieving and sadness of loss being used for ratings and political points. Hello? Get a fucking clue, people. Get a fucking clue. Alright? Get a fucking clue. That's all it is. Every time when there's a shooting, Democrats find some way to be over dramatic because they want to take away your guns. Every time it's a term, assault weapon, ban assault weapons. Here's the thing: 24 years ago, Dianne Feinstein passed the assault weapons ban in '94. It's still in effect, but yet we need to ban the AR-15 because it's a little bit of destruction. Listen, motherfuckers, go back to 1966. Okay, the shooting at the University of Texas by Charles Whitman. That dude killed his wife and his mom with a knife. Okay, he had shotguns, he had handguns, he had a rifle. Okay, There was no AR-15 at all. He killed 18 people and an unborn child. Now, when he was gunned down by law enforcement, they did an autopsy on his brain, and they found a tumor between the size of a golf ball and a baseball in his brain. This was 54 years ago. No, 52 years ago. Okay? This was the first mass shooting in history of our country 52 years ago by Charles Whitman. A former Marine sniper. Okay? He had a tumor in his brain. This guy was not good. His brain was swelling to death, lacking oxygen. And the lack of remorse or comprehension. But now we got these shooters now these days that are on psychotropic drugs. Take them off those motherfuckers. Columbine shooters, nearly 20 years ago, were on those. And they used a Mag-10, a shotgun, and a handgun. Big time. Okay? But the rest, where was it? AR-15. Sandy Hook. There was no AR-15. Am Lanza and his mom were dead for 2 days before the fake shooting happened. They were dead for 2 days. The school was torn down. The house was torn down. Explain that. The chief or the sheriff said, "We will arrest anybody who is investigating this case." Anybody. And it seems that the coroner said the families will not be allowed to see their dead kids. Really? And a month later, he resigned for a month and came back all of a sudden. Why did he resign and come back? A YouTuber called into the Sandy Hook, coroner's office, and they arrested him for asking questions and shit. They arrested him for asking questions. I didn't know you could get arrested for asking questions. Well, of course I do, but even if it's just minor questions. But this YouTuber got arrested for asking questions. Which I think is kind of stupid because you're just asking questions. That's all you're doing, asking questions. You want to know what happened. You want to know what's going on. Why did the coroner resign? But now we got this problem here with copycats. Copycats threatening to shoot people or actually doing it. Okay? Talk to somebody, people. Talk to somebody. Don't take things in your hand as saying, "Well, I'm going to shoot these motherfuckers big time because they." Talk to somebody. Talk to a school counselor. Talk to your parents if they're willing to listen and shit. Talk to somebody. Okay? Talk to somebody. Put down the weapon. Talk to somebody. Get help. Talk to somebody. Get help. Put the gun down. Talk to somebody. Because once you pick up that weapon, guess what? The media will love ratings. Politicians would love political points for re-election. That's all it is. Look at the mental health. Also, look at the gang members. Look at the drug dealers who are armed. Okay, they're armed. Watch them. Don't look at the people who legally have the right to buy a weapon, even own one, and even carry one. Stay away from them. Go look at the gang members and drug dealers. They're the ones you gotta look at. Okay. Forget about the guns. Look and deal with mental health. Okay. The shooters within the last almost 20 years, they were on antipsychotic, antidepressant medication, psychotropic drugs here, people. That's all it is. Forget the guns. Forget the guns. Don't look at the guns. Look at the shooter. Investigate. Look into his past, even his health, mental health. How he's doing in school. Busy, Mom. No. I mean, you gotta understand that you have to look at the mental health. You have to look at just this is the factual truth here. You need to wake up. Wake the fuck up. Wake up, goddammit. Shit. Wake up. Talk to somebody. If you feel the urge, talk to somebody. Don't make a threat. Talk to somebody. Talk to a teacher. Talk to your parents. Talk to someone who can help you change your mind. But no, we got people who don't give a shit about you, but you're willing to go and copycat a shooting because it's an answer, right? No. Talk to somebody. Parents, you need to get your kids off these antipsychotics and antidepressant medication. They are psychotropic drugs. Big time. I'm on Zoloft myself. Okay, I'm on Zoloft. I take Zoloft at night. It helps me because I need the help. I admit that. Unless your kids really need it, don't do it. I'm on Zoloft. I've been on it for almost 20 years. Almost 20 years. It works. It helps me. I'm on it. But I also have enough common sense to realize there is a lot of people who having mental health issues that need to be looked at, that need to be taken care of, instead of just going after him because he had a firearm, or he had a knife, or he had a bat, or whatever weapon he has. Look into his mental health. Look into his family background to know about the person, because maybe it could be a big factor into helping people with mental health issues here. Fuck the guns, man. Just look at the person, him or herself. Because if you look at the person's background, I'm saying health-wise, mental health-wise, it could be a key factor into helping this person, into figuring out a solution. The gun thing is not the factor here. It's mental health. Also, if you really want to look at the gun issue, go to these criminals, gang members, drug dealers. bank robbers, the real criminals, shit, the murderers. But don't go after the gun unless you're going after the gang members and drug dealers and shit. Because if you look at the regular Joe or Jane who owns and carry a weapon legally, you're making a mockery out of the Constitution. You're making a mockery out of the Constitution here. That's all you're doing. As a politician, as a network executive, as a journalist from the New York Times, who honestly deserves to get kicked in the nuts, figuratively speaking. But the thing is, it's also, you got these 4 drama students who are being portrayed as they're crisis actors, is what they are. Really, 4 drama students who are basically crisis actors. And that one dumbass, David Hogg, he's thinking InfoWars and conspiracy theorists for the advertisement. No, dumbass. You're not getting advertisement. You're getting exposed, motherfucker. You're getting exposed. Okay, so don't think we're giving you advertisement. We're exposing your punk ass. Okay? Guess what? You've been exposed. And rest of you 3, guess what? No one's giving you advertisement. We're exposing your punk asses too. I'm having fun doing it too. Alright guys, I'm going to cut this live feed. And if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below. And don't forget to hit the bell for notification for future videos to come. I am Grandmaster Robin, signing off, and you just watched the Anonymous Liberty Media, brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. Remember, knowledge is free. If you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Peace out, Revan out.